Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
With the sun and it burns until the day is
25 minutes before 10 o'clock. It's Friday, and you're hearing that beautiful music from the Blue Jays band, and that must mean the horse sense is ready to begin. This is a program brought to you by the Equine Alliance of Marion County, and today sitting in the studio to educate us about those beautiful animals and the people that take care of them. Mark Shuffett is here, Dory Morgan is here, and Barbara Feitos is here. Good morning to all three of you. Good morning. How are you all doing?
Good morning.
Did you feed the horses today? Did everybody go out?
Absolutely.
Do you guys get up really, really early to do your job?
Oh, yeah.
And do the horses know? Like my dog knows it's time to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If you don't get up on time or you forget, or maybe it's a day that you want to sleep in, you'll hear them nickering out
Oh,
there
really?
and calling
They
to
make
you.
a noise. Okay.
Yeah, they'll make a noise. Luckily, it's a nice noise. I mean, I had a donkey and some mules once. Well, they get a little
Oh, no.
loud. They will keep getting louder and louder
Oh,
until you
no.
get out there.
Are they harder to train like they say they are like in movies? No?
Yes and no. I
Yeah.
mean, no, you just can't, just like any animal, each animal's different. You just can't push them too hard. If they don't want to do it, you just have to make them decide and understand why, and then they're very good. I mean,
How do you do that? Make them understand why. Is there pain involved?
no, that's the thing. You don't do it with pain.
Oh, you don't? You do it with pleasure.
And the pleasure. And
Okay.
then, they understand, there's some pleasure in this. So, yeah, I want to do it again. Just like dogs.
You make them
Rewards.
think that it's their idea.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that work for zebras? I heard zebras were really tough.
Well, they're kind of like in the
I don't know,
zoo
Larry. You need to get a zebra.
Oh, you never had a zebra?
Those are exotic animals.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They look
No,
like horses.
we don't. Well, we don't. But I mean, the only time you see the circus, maybe.
Yeah. There's a few people around that have them.
I mean, there's zebras in Marion County.
Quite a few.
Up in the north end, there's some kind of exotic. There's that. Whoever's got that property up there has zebras and
He's got everything. Yeah, I know who. Yeah,
zebras, camels. I don't know who it is,
He
but
actually
anyway.
bought the zebras when they shut down the display at Silver Springs.
Oh, okay.
He took on a lot of the exotic animals.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was on a farm visit up there a couple weeks ago, and I drove by there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
then I saw one or two zebras, and then he's got a lot of road frontage. And then as you kept driving, I'm seeing more, and I'm like, I didn't know there was a zebra ranch up
Yeah.
there.
So he took on, and he actually has a horse farm. So he is a horse person, but has a passion for some of the exotics.
Wow.
Well, good to see you again. I always look
Yeah.
forward to this show, and I always think about you guys when I'm driving past the horse farms. It's something that you said stuck with me, and I'll be thinking about it.
Well, hopefully some of the other people that are listening, the same thing happens.
Last week, Crystal mentioned the birthing of them, and I've kept thinking, wow, you never think about how similar to human birth it is, how iffy it can be, So
Yeah. So, well, today I think we're going to talk about our upcoming event. We call it Horse Sense. We've done it how many times now, Mark? 3?
This will be the third time, right? Yeah, this will be the third time.
Yeah. And it's a kind of an educational open forum where, it's more hands-on. The business leaders can come and meet different horse show organizers and, we actually get up close and meet them, and how can they advertise, how they can get business. So we try to bring them all together.
When we started the radio program, we had a little definition. The first show or two, we had a little definition of what we do, and you can look maybe on our Facebook page and on our website, and you can see some of the stuff we've done. So our Facebook page is Horse Sense Ocala, and we've got Equine Alliance Marion County on the website. But we organized it as a group. We're not a very large committee, never have been, and our purpose is with this, not just with the Horse Sense program and these workshops, not the right word, business exchange environment is what we're trying to do. So our big goal is to create opportunities for people to connect with the horse industry that may not normally, it's there.
Yeah.
Because you live here in horse capital of the world, and it's just like I'm looking out the window and I see the horses that are, part of the mall display and have always been here. And if you drive around town,
It's even called the Paddock Mall.
the Paddock Mall, Paddock Park Apartments.
Yeah.
You drive around town, you see all of the painted horses from the Marion Cultural Alliance. So the community embraces the horse industry in which we live, but we have a whole lot of people that I think can just touch it on the periphery or just see it. And then what we want to do is provide that, be that conduit, be that connection. It's like, if you want to know, it's not a private industry. It's a very open industry, but if you don't know, it's hard to figure out, well, where do I go to meet these people and find out about this stuff? Or, you see a horse show going on or a horse event going on, and you may not know how to get in or if there's a fee to get in. Most of the horse events around Marion County, first of all, it's important to know, most of those horse events do not have a charge. It's free to watch. Most of the events are set up for the participants. And so a lot of places you can go bring your lawn chair and they'll have a concession stand or, and go watch.
Just enjoy it, yeah.
And have fun. And then we want to go with that next step and create those opportunities where you might be able to provide a good or service to the industry. Yes, we have a lot of equine support services and goods, from feed to hay and that kind of thing. And so those are the direct things. But the horse community, the people that own and train and participate in the horse community, they need the same things as everybody else in Marion County. They may need it delivered a different way. They may need it packaged a different way. They may need somebody to come pick up their laundry or their dry cleaning. They may need somebody to deliver, a catered lunch to a place. But we think that our group thinks that the businesses can figure out how to service that industry. We might give them little pointers, but we really would just kind of want to be the connection and be the introduction and say, hey, this is going on here. Come to our Horse Sense event this year. It's going to be, is it October 14th?
I can't remember if it's 14th or 15th now.
It'll be with the October sale. There'll be more. If you follow us on our Facebook and Twitter accounts and stuff, then as the details become available, they'll be posted there. It will be October 14th or 15th. Mm-hmm. It'll be at OBS. And we'll be doing some mini tours, or we'll call them behind the scenes tours. One of our programs has been, we've done what we call a power lunch 3 or 4 times. And during the sale, Dory or I or Barbara or one of us will meet with those people that have an interest in getting a behind the scenes look at OBS during the sale. Mm-hmm. And so we'll take them around, introduce them to a few consigners and, show them some horses and give them some photo ops and, put them out there with the nitty gritty. And they're kind of in the middle of all of the activity that's going on that day, and they become part of the sale. And so they get to see firsthand what's taking place out there. And when we expose those people to that, they start figuring out ways that they can provide their good or service or benefit or...
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
Well, Mark mentioned like catering. I mean, how many times do you use catering? Not that often.
No.
But the horse industry, it's a normal part of our business. We use it all the time because all the people at the horse sale, they don't have time to get to the restaurants, and all their workers in the barns need to be fed. So during every sale, every consignor out there is usually getting food brought in for their employees. Same thing goes on at horse shows. You don't have time to get.
It's not a lunch break.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I got a lunch break, I can go somewhere. You can't. You're stuck on the horse show grounds. You're dealing with your horses. So now you need food brought to you. And yeah, there's concessions on site, but a lot of times if you've been there for a week, you're very tired of that same food. You want a variety. So that's a big part of the horse show industry, is getting food brought in. So the restaurants, that's just one segment of something they probably don't realize.
Yeah.
And the same thing with, you got the car dealerships, the repair shops. When you're on those horse show grounds, you don't have time to go get your vehicle serviced. There are some that have captured that and said, we'll come to you. We'll bring a service truck to you and we'll change your oil, or we'll do a little service checkup. Same thing goes with car detailing. Come to the horse show grounds. Wash and wax my vehicles while I'm showing the horses and dealing with that. You can be taking care of my trucks.
Very smart, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart, a smart entrepreneur would take advantage of that.
And that's
Right.
what we're trying
we
to
have
educate.
we have a lot of those smart entrepreneurs. They don't know necessarily how to get in touch and how to be in that horse industry world. So that's how we came to be as a horse.
It's really
As an
necessity.
Equine Alliance of Marion County, that was our thing, and that's how we came to be. It's like we can make these connections. These people are smart enough to figure out how to run their business.
It's a really true
Yeah.
thing. Is it really what you're saying?
So how do we bring the two? Because we know what the horse show people need, and the business people are out there with need. We
Right,
got products, so let's bring them together.
We want to connect them. That's our, we've got connect, communicate, and educate as our overriding purposes. And so we want to connect people with each other, the horse industry with the business community, and the business community with the horse industry. And then we want to educate, cross-education back and forth between this is what we do, and then the businesses and the services say, well, this is what we can do or capable of doing. The horse sales are a really, really busy time, and the horse shows. And I think a laundry service is very important. And I don't know if anybody's doing that or not. And I don't mean dry cleaning. I mean, you're going to work early in the morning at OBS. Maybe you're out there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and maybe you get to leave at 6 or 7 that evening to go home. Well,
You don't want to do laundry.
you're pretty well wore out. You really don't want to wash your uniform and get your stuff pressed and ready for the next day, because you're presenting horses and everybody wants to look nice and professional. And you've got on company logoed, which is something else, company logoed shirts and hats and embroidered stuff. So you want it to look nice. It sure would be nice to, leave all that stuff in a box or basket at the end of the
really
barn. It's
good
like
ideas.
somebody picked that up, and I get here in the morning, all my clean stuff's here, and I'm ready to go.
It's the way you like it.
Yeah.
We need to take a little break.
Okay.
We got a weather and a couple of sponsors, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, sunshine mixing with clouds. A couple of drenching thunderstorms around this afternoon. The high 86 to 90. There'll be a thunderstorm in the area this evening, then partly cloudy overnight, low 72 to 76. For tomorrow, times of clouds and sun with a couple of afternoon and evening thunderstorms around, high 88 to 92. For Sunday, partly sunny with a stray afternoon thunderstorm, high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Did you know that Marion County is known as the horse capital of the world? Did you know that Florida is one of the top thoroughbred horse markets in North America? Thoroughbred horses annually contribute $1 billion to the Sunshine State's economy and employ over 12,000 people, more than even baseball spring training. To learn more about the horse capital of the world, or to join the membership of the FTBOA, the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, please check out ftboa.com.
American Payroll and Benefits. 35 years of combined service. Guaranteed savings on workers' compensation, or we won't call you back. Specializing in payroll, tax deposits, 940-941, workers' comp claims, risk management, and employee and employer benefits. Call today, American Payroll and Benefits, 352-369-6666. That number again, 352-369-6666.
Did you know that Marion County has a vast equine business? Tune in every Friday at 9:30 for Horse Sense, when we connect, communicate, and educate you on ways to participate in and enjoy all the equine adventures this area has to offer.
Sponsored in part by Infinite Day Spa, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders Association, FTBOA, American Payroll and Benefits, and Southeast AgNet.
Fridays at 9:30 right here on The Source.
I'm a different breed.
All right, and you're listening to Horse Sense right now. Let's return right now to Mark Shuft in the studio with Barbara Feitos and Dory Morgan answering your questions about the horse industry and educating us about what we might be able to do to kind of work with you, even if we're not in the horse industry.
You'll need to attend the Horse Sense
Interesting.
thing.
And it's October 15th, do we know?
Yeah, I think I have
Something like that.
Something. Yeah, I can't remember if it's the Tuesday or Wednesday. We've been going back and forth trying to get everybody connected and what's going on out at OBS Sales Ground. So, and the caterer and everything. So.
You think you hear a lot of people go tubing around here, and as many horses. I don't hear as many people going horseback riding. Do we have a lot of that opportunity? Just
We
the
do,
trails?
but not
enough.
Not enough. I mean, there's various reasons. A lot of people have their own horses, and of course, typically most of the farms that are here in Marion County are, commercial horse farms with either race horses or show horses. Well, those aren't. Just,
Right.
They're not for. Just come out and ride my horses. But there are a couple places that do offer trail riding. We'd like to have more, but it is very difficult to get the insurance and liability product for
right.
the horseback riding. So that causes problems,
Right now, if you want to, when I get that call, presently I'm sending people to the horse park.
Horse park and also the zip line.
And the zip line.
Zipline place up on 326. They're out now doing
Those
horseback
horses
riding.
don't get scared on that zip line?
I know. I need to get up there and watch them. I've seen people zip line. I don't know how big of a cable you need to zip line a horse. And I don't know if you sit on the horse as you go across the zip line, or if he goes across first and then you come
You hang on the horse.
later. I'm
that
not
would be
sure
a
how that
viral
works.
That would be fun.
That would be a viral video right there.
That would be that would be good. You might raise your $250,000 pretty quick with something like that. No, but yeah, the horse park, they've got a vendor out there that provides trail riders.
Oh, wow. And that's huge. Like I said a couple weeks
yeah.
ago, I went there for the first time for that volleyball thing with
Right.
Habitat. So.
That was your first time?
Yes, I don't think I went there before. I don't remember. I thought I was there, but I was someplace else that I... No. There's this place over
You
there.
drive yourself, or you get somebody to take you?
There's a place. Well, maybe I was there. You asked it. There's a place where they fly these little model airplanes. Is that on the Florida Horse Park, or is that next to it? Or do
That
you
sounds like an airport.
Really?
No, it's right there. Like it's near there. No, okay, that's not it then. You
Don't
never
know.
heard.
I don't think that's part of the
That's
acreage.
not
No,
even.
no.
I'm not
Well, there's
even
a
sure.
horse trail that goes right. I mean, trail that goes right
There's
through
trails,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the horse trails, I mean, the Florida Greenway goes from one end of the state all the way over to the other end of the state.
Yeah.
And if you go down, is it 475?
Yeah.
It's the next road over. There's a really nice park for. They got two sides, but anyway, they built a place on the Greenway. There's a really nice park. If you go down there with your horse and trailer, great place to unload, and there's paved parking, and there's a picnic area, and it's very nice. And so that's part of that Greenway trail systems, and it's not just for horses. I mean, people walk and people
There's
bike,
walking. The
and that's
biker.
part of that. That's part of that land bridge that goes
Right.
over the interstate there.
Right.
I don't remember seeing any airplanes flying around.
Maybe drones.
Yeah, who was that? We need to talk to. When somebody was running for sheriff one time a couple years ago and was talking about their drones all over Marion County.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you were saying. I'm not sure.
Well, I like the idea that you're inviting people with different businesses. And when you say drones, what first comes to mind in your line of work is like photography, air photography that hopefully wouldn't scare the horses, because those drones they look like
Yeah,
they're
they
quiet.
do. A lot of the horse shows are now using the drones for filming during the horse show. 'Cause especially like the Live Oak show, they have a guy they contract that does the drone show. And it's great because, you get a great view of the horses going through the obstacles. You get the whole obstacle.
Yeah, that is
from up
kind of a
above.
cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
And they're high enough up that, the horses.
And you have a phone call.
Okay.
And if you have a headset on, Barbara, you'll need your headset to hear the
Okay.
call. Just wait for Barbara. Get your headset on. There you go.
There we go.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, everybody. Listen, what you're talking about, the airplanes, is on 110th Street down there near where the dump is, or the land where you can take your garbage and trash and recyclables. And that's where the airplanes are, which is just down the street from the entrance to the horse park. The horse park's entrance is 475 and 110th Street.
So you were
And
close.
instead of turning, if you're going south right to go into Horse Park, you turn left, you go down there, and they have an airfield. And that's part of the Greenway, too, the airfield where they fly the little models.
So that's
I don't know,
not the park, but
all
right next
model
to it.
airplanes, but they're the remote control airplanes.
All right. Well,
So
thank
that
you.
is right by the horse park. Instead of, if you go left, you go down there. You turn right, you go right into the main entrance to the horse park.
Oh, well. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. See, before there was Google, there was radio audiences. You just,
That's exactly right.
if you needed anything, it would just depend on them.
Right. I think the Greenway, the Greenway system in Florida is awesome. I mean, it's really cool. Across the state here in Marion County, there's a lot of really neat stuff on that Greenway property that stretches across the county. And if you don't know about it, you just have to get out there and look. I didn't know there was several miles over on off of Maricamp. The 4-H farm is part of that Greenway deal, but right across the road from that is a park that has miles and miles of paved bike trail.
Wow.
And so if you like to bike and you don't want to ride on the street where all of the cars and trucks want
Yes,
to
yes.
run you over,
Yeah.
you can go back in there and you ride miles and miles of
That is cool.
nice
Yeah.
nice bike trails.
I don't think any state can surpass some of our trail systems in our parks. I mean, the maintenance of them,
Yeah,
the markings, and quite a few of the endurance riders train here, and they have quite a few events here because of that. Because I mean, they can ride their horses. You know, some of the endurance competition are for 100 miles. Well, where else can you go and ride your horse for 100 miles?
You really? And the horse, I mean, can a horse go 100 miles?
Oh, yeah.
No problem?
Oh, sure.
All right, you have another phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning. Hey, this is Kathy Snyder at the 326. And Mark, I didn't get to tell you, but now that I hear you on the radio, I wanted to let you know that Dr. Fisk is coming out to give a talk on vaccinations and the importance. So one might want to pass that information along.
I think you just did.
Thank you.
Is that next week?
That's the 28th. That would be our 1-year anniversary. He's coming out.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And that would be, to be educated about vaccines, do you know?
I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
She said that like I was supposed to know that. So now now I'm thinking Kathy told me sometime or another that this vet was going to be at the community market up on 326.
Yep.
And okay. So anyway, so he'll be there.
So I rode the Withlacoochee Trail one time. It's a 50-mile trail that starts in, at one end is the Citrus Springs, the other end is
Right.
like 50 miles away.
Right.
The only water I saw for a horse was a horse trough about 5 miles before the end, which means that if you didn't have water, there'd be no water for 45 miles for that poor horse. Is that a long time for a horse to go without water? It seemed like it to me.
It depends on, not really. It depends on
Depends
the
on the
environment.
horse and the conditioning. I mean,
45 miles, wow.
Yeah, and it depends on, the breed and how fast you're working. And you can carry a small canteen with you if you want to, if some people
Really?
do.
For a
yeah.
horse?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's collapsible buckets that you can put on your saddle bag and carry supplies just like you do when you're biking.
Really?
Sometimes we even would take apples, and that gives them some, fluids.
Some
and
fluid, yeah, that's
some
true.
something to wet their whistle a little bit.
Well, we're just about done. So, anything you want to say to wrap it up, or just repeat the dates?
Well, I
and all
think
that?
let's make sure people watch either our Facebook, Horse Sense, or the website, Equine Alliance of Marion County, for more information coming up about our event in October, for more education.
But yeah, I believe it'll be October the 14th or 15th. It's during the sale, and it'll be that Tuesday. Those are Tuesday and Wednesday of the October sale.
Okay.
So, be thinking about those dates right now.
But to be sure, if we go to the Facebook page,
Yep.
and it'll have everything.
Yep.
All right. Well, another great show. Good to see you all again. Barbara, you didn't say much today.
That's okay.
She's here supervising.
Exactly.
That's right.
And of course, Dory and Mark, thank you for what you do. And we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
I'm a different breed. Come on, follow me. We'll make it through.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Protesters in Ferguson, Missouri have been calling for the release of his name and